All right, guys, let's get right into the second step of the process, which is doing the fact find and qualify session. So before you get into asking the customer questions, you're just going to want to set some basic expectations. So by now you've done the rapport building, you've gotten the bill and you're sitting down, you're looking at the bill. Okay, great, guys, right? After you're done having a little conversation, be like, hey guys, so I know I'm sure you've seen, you saw the ad, or I know you talked to my appointment setter. I know we talked a little about it, or you talked to the person who set the appointment with you already. But just to kind of recap, all I'm going to be doing today is looking at your electricity bill, right? And I'm going to show you a way that you're able to produce all the power for your house from solar, so from the sun, instead of being at the mercy of your current electricity company, right? Basically what I'm going to do is take the data off your bill, put it in my software, and it's going to tell us exactly how many panels you need, right, on your house to produce all the electricity for your home. And I'm going to get as close as possible to cover everything that you need, right? So I'm going to be going over that. But before we start the process, I have a presentation that I'm going to show you. I'm going to go through all the numbers and everything. But before I do that, I just want to ask you some questions. So at this point, right, you're going to start asking them the fact find and qualifying questions. So here are some great questions you can ask the customer. Have you looked into solar before? Is a great question. Have you gotten any quotes for solar, right? What interested you? This is the best one that you definitely want to ask everyone. What interested you in meeting with me today? Why did you decide to look into solar today? And after you ask a question, this is something I do every time. I do something called 3 questions deep, right? And it's not going to apply to everything, but if you can do this, you'll really extract all the information you need from them. But when they answer the question, I'm going to ask 3 additional questions on top of that question. So if they say, oh, we're interested in saving money on electricity, then I'll ask them another question. Oh, great. Why were you interested in that? And then you ask them another question. Oh, how much did you think you can save with solar energy? And then you ask another question deep. Oh, great. I mean, if we could save you, tens of thousands of dollars over the next few years by going solar, what would you do with that money? So that's just a little trick to do, right? And to remember to do a thorough fact finding qualifying session is to do 3 questions deep on each answer they give you. So just remember that and practice that. Some other questions you want to ask them is, do any of your friends and family have solar? Also ask them, have you noticed your electricity bill going up? Have you noticed your rates going up? Do you like your electricity company? What do you like about your electricity company? What don't you like about them? Have you looked into solar before? Do you have any concerns about solar? And then really have them elaborate on their concerns about solar. If everything worked out perfectly today and you went solar, what are you looking to accomplish by this meeting? I mean, how can I help you, right? What has your friends and family told you about solar? Have you done any research? Have you met with any companies? What numbers did they give you? So during this session, you just want to ask them as many questions as possible to find out as much information as possible. So I listed off about 10 basic questions. If you want some more ideas, feel free to ask your manager and we can give you a list. But just have these basic 5 to 10 questions that you can ask the customer. Just copy the ones I listed off. And remember, don't just ask that one question and get an answer and move on. Ask the question, get an answer, and then ask 3 more questions. We call this going 3 questions deep, where you have them elaborate on their answers. You want to find out all the information you can so you know exactly how you can help them and make them happy today by going solar.